Yeah, happy Friday, everybody. TGIF. How is everybody doing today? Let me just get my sound turned up so maybe I can hear myself think. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing great. Some of you watched my driving video this morning. A little bit of driving, going to the doctor. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. A few balloons, bright red, orange ball come up in the sky. Yeah. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Anyway, I think it's Friday. Should be. Logically, sensibly. But we never know now. They can convince us otherwise. Say, whoops, we changed today on you. Who knows? Lots of things going on. A lot of things going on out there. Listening to people today and hearing people say the same thing everybody else is saying, but say it a different way. Say it a different way. We have to come together in our reasoning, our thoughts, our minds, our souls. Everybody, we're out there, we're fighting battles against Canada, we're fighting battles against the UK, we're fighting battles against everybody, but we are the world. We're not just the United States. We are the world. We have to get together with the world. My appointment went well. It was a 3-month checkup, and discussed a few things. All was going well. Same old with my back and shoulders, and all my back problems, bone problems. Stay on the medication and do the same thing I've been doing. As long as they don't talk about cutting on it, which they did want to do. They wanted to go front and back and put one of those artificial spines in. Nope. I have 3 compression fractures from when I was a young boy. I was about 18 years old. Compression fractures where you, like if you hit a piece of wood against something that puts a dent in it. I went down on my back, on my feet, and it crushed the middle of my back, the spines together, and made indentations on them, which is called compression fracture. And they're still there to this day. I've just learned to live with them. How you doing, Andy? Good to have you here. I don't know where, excuse me. Sorry about that. I don't know where people get that we are having a war with Canada. Where Canada is so much better than the U.S. The U.S. is so much better than Canada. Like I say, we are the world. We have to band together. We have to fight together. Or we're not going to get anything done. Nobody better than the other. None of us. None of us. And we are not fighting against politicians. We are in general, but we're fighting against evil. Evil around the world, everywhere. Evil. It just burns me up when, we say, well, the Democrats are as bad as the Republicans, and the Republicans are just as bad as the Democrats. You're right. That's what we're fighting for. People don't get it. This is not a conservative, liberal thing we're doing. We're fighting evil in general, both sides. Both sides, you might as well say they're the same. But we watched the debates the other night. Every one of those jokers up there wanted a big government. They wanted government to help more people. They wanted government to do this, the government to do that, government to come up with some kind of abortion plan. And then when asked if they thought that Pence did the right thing on January 6th, oh, yeah, we were for Pence. Yeah. Like a big pep rally. This is what we're fighting against, folks. We're not fighting one side against the other. We're fighting the whole bloody thing. That's what makes it so bad. We had to fight both sides. Because every one of them is being said out there, People are saying they know it, but they're not really getting the whole picture. But they are all pawns of the WEF, World Economic Forum. They've all been groomed, they've been taught, they've lived it. It's implanted in each and every one of our representatives and people in government's minds. Some of them are fighting against it, but not enough. Not enough. Elections coming up for 2024 fast. A little more than a year. A year and a few months. Well, a couple months, yeah, a year. Coming up fast. But we have to think about it. We have to have a plan of strategy because they're coming up with their plans, the mandates and what have you are coming up. They're coming up big time fast. New strains of this. Oh my goodness, we have to stand strong and not comply. Try new things. Last election, what they do, there was a fight to get people to show their IDs at the polling place. They did a thing out in Stanford, asking the students there, what do they think of the Appalachian people? Well, they're all inbred. Do you think blacks can get driver's license? No, they're not smart enough. They're not computer literate. These are the people in the Appalachians. Neither are most of the people around the world. We have to help them out, because we're the intelligent ones. They're the intelligent ones. That's our problems, folks. They've been taught that they're superior ever since I was a young man. A piece of paper means more in the world. But this world is run by people with blue collar and trades, not these high priced geniuses. Yeah, we need them big time. If they need to know, they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like us. They're not superior. They may be a little brighter in the brain. They may be able to talk more legitimate. May be able to think quicker, but there's a lot of people out there in the trades and in the blue collar is probably more genius than they are. Just by book learning, studying on their own, looking at things, accessing things. Plenty of geniuses out there never spent one day in college. Not one day. We have to change our attitude and our eyesight to see these things and to correct all this garbage we've been hand fed all of our lives. And it's hard. It's hard to think one way all the time, and then all of a sudden a light switch comes on and you're blinded by the light. I didn't know that. I never even thought about that. And that's what we're here for, to turn on that light, to blind them by the light, and then, let them get acclimated to it. Hey, Malcolm, how you doing? Thank you very much. I'm glad. Those hot air balloons, I wish it wasn't so hazy. It would have been a lot better, but boy, they were pretty up there. Glad you and Tanya could make it. Party Bonsai, how you doing? Thank you very much. It was a pretty good ride this morning. I mean, the sun come up bright, big ball, bigger than normal. The balloons in the air. And I showed you all the solar panels going, feeding Disney a little percent of their electric power, taking up fields upon fields upon fields, on and on. I think it's a waste, personally. But we've been acclimated to so much, that most of us are still blind. I mean, I think about things that are going on. It's probably a million times worse than I think. You think, everybody thinks. We don't know what's going on. There's so many questions out there. We have to get on the ball. We have to unite everybody. Different generations think different things. We've got the boomers and the X and the millennium and all these people with different ways of putting things. But we had to find a common bond and bond everybody together. I don't want to keep preaching to the choir. We need to get out there and motivate. Motivate. Like I said the other day, plant the seed, cultivate it, let it grow and grow. You keep going. Be the Johnny Appleseeds of freedom. We have to be. And nobody's doing that. They're not really, they don't have the idea. We have to do something big. We have to do something strong. Yeah, we do. But first of all, we have to cultivate it to make it strong. We have to plant the seeds in everybody's mind. And that's just talking about it here or there, little seeds here and there. They multiply and multiply. It's said that if you put a penny a day and each day double it in the bank in 10 years, you have over $8 million. But that's the way we need to do it with the seeds. Every day, double it. Get the word out there. Cultivate it. And we're not doing it. We're not doing it. It's sad that we just can't. I mean, I know everybody talks. Everybody talks. Something comes up everywhere. About what's going on now. We see all these things going on around the world, and we think, oh, the government wouldn't do that to us. FEMA wouldn't fight with the Marines. That could never happen. Somebody would see it. Not when the place is closed up, deserted, and blocked off for miles. They wouldn't see it. You think they want them to see it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Anything's possible. The things we hear, take it for a grain of salt. In the back of your mind, keep it there. Anything is possible. Exactly, Party Bob says that. I've been saying that we have to talk to everybody, even the people we don't know. I mean, when we're out on the street, I always think, it's just like when I went to the doctor's office today. Big old sign on the desk. We can no longer call in prescriptions to Walgreens. No longer call in prescriptions to Walgreens because shortages of medicines. That's what was going on. Said, well, the manufacturers and Walgreens are having disputes over prices and everything, so there's a shortage in what they're getting. And they can't get enough. Start talking about the signs of time, about why this is going on, how this is going on. Plant the seed. Plant the seed. That's why I'm growing my hair long, protesting the J6 captives, trying to get the Constitution to stay in place, trying to get these gas prices and food prices down, get the administration changed where we can get some good like it was 3 years ago. This is what we have to do. I have my camera too high or something. Put the banner up there, gets in my face. Anybody who wants to join in, we'll come on in. Let's get this going. Let's talk about it. Let's put it out there. I mean, I know you guys have better ideas than I do. I'm just an old fart. I forgot half of what I know. God, Zero, how you doing? If you would later on, please put people's links up so everybody can see other people's pages. Get the word out there. Get the word out so people know what we're doing, what we stand for. And we need to stand with the world. We need to quit this. Look, Canada's better than the United States, or England's better than this, or Australia's crappier than this, and whatever. We need to band together because we are the world. God owns the world. The whole world is His domain, and we need to help Him take care of it. The whole world, not just the US of A, not just Canada, just not one country. We are the world. I can't say that strong enough. You got to forget this isolation stuff, that they taught us. We got to stand on our own and this and that and the other. No, we need to help everybody. We need to help the world. Yeah, my granddaughter just sent me a picture of Trump. Mike shot. Hopefully I'm teaching her right. Hopefully, I pray every day. Lord, don't let me falter. Don't let me falter. Keep it on the right track. She's almost there, 15 years old. Oh, no. Uh-oh. See, on live stream. Okay, sorry about that. That transfer them. No, I don't need no t-shirt. I don't wear t-shirts like that. I don't know. I can't bring myself to it. You know, that's not a very good. That's not a very good advertisement. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, it's weird. I have this thing about t-shirts. I don't like wearing advertisements and things like that. I will wear the Freedom shirt and all that, but pictures of other people, kind of, I don't know. Just, I guess I'm just weird. Don't like doing stuff like that. But everybody's entitled to, wear what they want to wear. But me, it just, I don't know. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Have somebody put other face on my shirt. Trump's selling them. Hopefully, you make a ton of money because a lot of people wear them. A lot of people are wearing them. And good for him. Good for him. I hope he opens a lot of eyes and destroys a lot of people, especially the ones that are trying to destroy him. But like I always say, Trump cannot do it alone. It's going to take each and every one of us. He can't change the world. He can't change the U.S. by himself. It's going to take each and every one of us, hands on, fighting a good fight to do away with this evil that's trying to put him down. And even Trump has his faults. He likes the WEF too. So has he been coerced by him? I don't know. But right now, he is our best choice. Watching them the other night, I said, oh my goodness, these clowns, they wouldn't even make good vice presidents. And the worst of the worst, Chris Christie, he's like a communist dictator, saying he's conservative. These guys are just as bad as the Democrats right beside them. Hear me now, believe me, or believe me later. I don't care. They're just as bad as the liberals on the other side. There's a couple there that probably be okay. A lot of people have to be tried and tested. Watch on me. Sounds good, but what do we know? We know nothing yet. We need to hear more, watch, that. All of our people running for whatever office it is, we need to make sure they are the right people, that they'll use their common sense instead of party pressure. These parties are gone. Both parties they're gone. They're useless. Neither one of them stand for a hill of beans. They stand for their own pockets. They move their mouths. They animate to what they think we want to hear, but they don't do anything. And we just take it in and let it go. Well, they said this, they said that. But they're not acting. They're not doing anything. Need to put the hot poker on them. Get on the ball, or we'll get you out of here. Get somebody that will do it. Somebody that'll talk less. See more action. Like they used to say at work. All I want to see is buttholes and elbows, and all I see now is, you know what? And that's all I see. Bunch of buttholes. Nope, nothing accomplished, nothing done. Doing lip service, getting their money, getting their pay from the lobbyists, getting rich. Should be no such thing as getting rich in Congress or Senate or president. Shouldn't be getting wealthy. They can go out on a book tour or talk and get the money from the crowds. They don't need the money from these special interest groups. And that's what runs us, is all the special interest groups. We got to stop all this stuff. It used to be, I can't think of it. And we have people like Buck Rogers, told the truth and reacted. Old senators. They would ask for, Congress would ask for funds for a fire in a city or whatever. I said, no, let the city take care of it. We're not charity. Let the state take care of it if they want to give it to them. Other countries needing money, they'd say the same thing. No, let them take care of it. We got to take care of our own people. But we turned our backs on that. Now we want to be charitable to the whole world. We can't be charitable at home. People quit giving money. Quit helping people out. The poor and needy, we need to help them. If we can afford it, we need to help in our own communities, in our own areas, where we are. We need to help our poor and needy, our homeless, our elderly, our veterans. We as individuals should help out as much as we can for them. Because the government ain't going to do it. They're not going to do it. There are no real churches left, so the church can't do it. I know the Catholic charities, they still do quite a bit. But that comes once in a while. They don't allow it all the time. So, I think it was a one-time thing for certain things. So I don't know how exactly it works, but we need more of that. We need people, starting groups in their own community, raise money for these people that are in need. We're depending too much on the government, and the government's not helping us. And they won't help us. Oh, they're starting this bill to help this, that, the other. Then half the money goes to the people in charge. It don't go to the needy. They take their end off the top. A lot of corruption. A lot of squander. And we just overlook it. Say, oh, they're corrupt. We can't do anything. We got a very loud voice if we use it. If we use it in unison, quit fighting among each other, that we're just as bad as they are, fighting with each other. That's exactly right, Nobby. Both sides hate us to the core because they know they are wrong and they try to hide everything, and they do a good job of hiding it. Believe me, they do a good job of hiding what they're doing. Yeah, if we would spend, that's not a good idea either. I'm just thinking, not a good idea at all. Because it goes back to the same thing. Charity Mexico, and help build them up so they can treat their citizens in South America and everything. We're just leasing the world. We're handing out to them for that. They need to get on the ball and bring their countries up to snuff. Run their countries right. We need to send people to educate them. They should be educated. They should know. They should know how to do it. They're so corrupt. They got their hands so far in the till that they don't try to improve their conditions. They just get more money. If we keep going, we're going to be in the same boat. If we get money, make it rich, and we get poor, just like their countries. We'll be third world country just like everybody else. I have some kind of notification. I must have hit it, but it didn't take the sound away. It keeps dinging on me, so sorry about that. I don't know. Anybody have any ideas on how we go forward? How do we go forward? How do we combat this? How do we correct it? It seems like nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to take charge. Nobody wants to say anything, afraid they'll get in trouble, get chastised. We can't even get along with our own selves. What do we do? What do we do? I keep praying every day, Lord, open our eyes. Open this country's eyes to see where we are. See what we're doing to ourselves. I mean, if we just step back and watch, we see it every day on YouTube. One person says something about the other. They get all mad, go off, and they say something to somebody else. It goes on like a snowball going down a mountain. Comes an avalanche, and you have to recover from the avalanche. We can't continue like that. I mean, it'll take us to a breaking point where we won't be able to survive anything. We're not going to get away with living like that. They say they're trying to help by stopping somebody else. No, it's not helping. Making matters worse. All for content, all for the show. Yeah, it gets them more views. They get a lot of views because people love that conflict. They love seeing that strife go on and on and on. It's sad that we're in that shape. Because we've watched too much TV, too much of these shows where the survival and the Big House and all these voyeur programs. Watch people get into things, living blockaded on their own. We've watched too much of it. Jerry Springer. People love that stuff. Love that conflict. get into it. They want their whole life to be that way. And they start living that way. In everything they do. Yes, indeed, Navi. I heard this morning, I believe, that they were sending Ukrainian pilots to Arizona to train. Well, I don't understand. I just don't understand why we have to do things like that. Don't they have their own pilots that can train them? I don't know. It takes, and we're probably putting the bill for the whole thing. Got things backward in this country, in this world. We got things backwards. Up in every country, every which way but loose. Instead of helping our own. And once we get ours taken care of, then fine, fine. Give to other countries, help them out. But we need to tend to our own problems first. They use money like it's going out of style. Credit limit, they don't have credit limits like we have. If we get over our credit limit, guess what? They cut us off. They don't give us no more. They won't give us a dime. Boy, that government can keep on getting it. And then print phony money to back it up. Keep on printing money. Keep valuing our dollar. Cause inflation to go higher and higher and higher. We sit back and think, well, if we get somebody else in, they'll straighten it up. Wrong. Wrong attitude. We had to step in. We had to let our voices be heard. There are two ways about it. We had to make our voice be heard. No one person is going to be able to come in and solve all that's going on that's wrong. Nobody. Nobody. What do we do? What do we do? We can point out all the things wrong and not even put a dent in it. We have a high calling. God has put a high calling on us. Telling us we need to get this straightened out. He'll help us, but we got to do the work. Or a lot of the work. There could be miracles happen, but we have to show the upper person. Right now, we're not showing nothing. It's so minuscule what we've done so far. It don't even count. It don't even count. We need to prepare. We need to be prepared to take whatever comes. Whatever comes. Plain and simple. Everybody's trying to sugarcoat it. Say, we can go out there and protest, wave flags, and do this, But if we aren't dedicated to it, for whatever comes, we won't succeed in anything. We have to be like those soldiers going out in the battlefield. Remember Normandy? Wave after wave after wave being slaughtered on the beach. The beach was bloody red. Soldiers coming off those landing crafts being cut down, one after another after another. One beside this person, that person. They just trudged straight ahead. trudged straight ahead, right into that firing line. But they overwhelmed them and finally got a hold of it. This is why we should be fighting tooth and nail, no matter what the cost, because those guys did it before us. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to die, but it could come down to that. Are you willing? Am I willing? Are you willing? I don't think we're there yet. What's going to have to happen to wake us up? Will we realize we don't get busy? It's hopeless. It will come down to bloody. History tells us. If you don't do it the right way now, it will be bloody. So think about this over the weekend. Bye all.